This breath series is really amazing for beginners who are wanting to better understand how to breathe in a way that enhances their mind, their bodies, their energy, and starts to unlock a lot of the secrets of the body and the mind as well. And it's also amazing for advanced practices that are just wanting to either get a more regular practice, or they really just want to have a tool to be able to specifically access different types of energy levels, different types of mindsets. So this is a really diverse practice. As simple as it is, it covers a lot of ground, and it will take you where you want to go, whether you're beginner or advanced. So it's super cool. Some of the benefits of this type of breathing in this series is, enhancing your energy, your mind, your body, and your overall energy. It will also help reduce a lot of stress. If you're going through any stress or dealing with any kind of anxiety, it's just a great way to start the day. It will help move a lot of stagnant energy from sleeping at night. So if you're somebody who wakes up and has any stagnant energy, this will just get it charging. It also helps clear a lot of anything that's been emotionally stored or just emotional stress that's going on. And the yogis talked a lot about the nasal cavities being the divine chambers. So when you go through this breathing, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute, they said that it opens up the nasal cavities, which cleanses out the divine chambers. And that allows the divine chambers, what they mean is that allows more intuitive energy and messages to flow through when you're clear and when you have that open channel available. So, when you look at it from a yogic perspective, we're talking more about having that human technology that's available to receive messages. It's available to harness a certain power that's within you to be able to enhance your energy and your mind. So there's a lot of really amazing, just great things that come from this practice. And again, for those of you that are just looking for some stress relief and to feel better overall, this is where it's at. Those of you that want to take this to a more expanded level of awareness, this is going to take you there as well. And it's a great tool to have in your tool belt. It's also something you can use every day. So, feel what feels right to you and just go for it. So I'm going to take you through 4 or 5 different breathing styles that create this series. And you can use this every single morning, or you can use it as you feel led to, maybe once a week even. I've gone through seasons where I've done this regularly for a couple weeks, then I've gone through seasons where I just do it once a month. So again, it's really about what feels best to your body and your energy, right? So the first breathing technique that we're going to do is called cleansing breath. And there's a couple different ways to do cleansing breath, but we're going to start out very simply. And with each one of these techniques, you can do them as long as you want to, or as brief as you want to. So I'm going to start out with just some very simple, just doing a couple breaths to show you what it's like and have you practice with me. And then you can start to expand your numbers of sets and reps of each of these techniques to what really takes you to that next level. So a beginner position would be maybe doing 3 to 5 of these cleansing breaths for a set, and just start out with 2 to 3 sets. Okay, so we're going to go through that first cleansing breath. It's pretty simple, but again, you're learning to harness the muscles in your diaphragm, and you're also sometimes reestablishing breathing. So as we talked about in one of my previous videos where I was walking you through the 2-part breath, we are still going to use that to some degree. This is more about getting into that deep belly. So if you're not getting that full breath up to the chest right now, it's totally fine, because we're wanting to get down that deep energy and breath that's been stored in there, especially when you're sleeping at night, and just pull some of that out and expel it. Again, cleansing breath. So we're cleansing out that energy, and then also through the nasals. And you might experience a little bit of just release through the nose. So if you start having any kind your nose starts running, or you just feel really stuffy, just keep on moving through it. If you need to go more gentle, you can, but just let it come on out. Don't feel shy or weird about it. Just let it happen. Maybe grab some tissues before you do your practice next time so you're ready. And let's get going. So the first breath, cleansing breath, we're going to take a deep breath into the belly, up to the chest, and we're just going to exhale somewhat forcefully contracting the stomach muscles, the abdomen, all right? So, and we're just breathing out through the nose. So, so you can breathe in as intensely as you want. I like to take it a little more smooth. I did one there a little quicker just to kind of show you, but nice and smooth is fine. And when you get into this more and more, you can close your eyes and really just breathe it out. Just kind of feel yourself forcing that breath out, really exhaling as strong and as intense as you can. But you can also be as light as you want if you're not ready for that super intense. So again, 3 to 5 reps of that. And then we're gonna rest for about 30 seconds to a minute and then do the next 2 rounds. And the reason that we rest, a lot of times people in the beginning will feel a little bit of that just over stimulation from the quick exhale. And so you want your body to kind of come back to a natural resting state, let the nervous system relax a little bit, and then go back in. So let's go for round 2, and then we'll move on to the next breath. And if you want to pause this and do 3 or 4 rounds, you can. Again, just start out with like 3 to 5 breaths. And once you start to really dial this in, you can start to move up to 15 to 20 breaths a round. All right, let's go. All right, so that was 5 breaths. I'm gonna let myself relax here. And one thing to note as well is if you do this when you're kind of stuffy, you will notice that your nasals will start to clear out. The first week I did this, when I first started this practice, I had black, like little random pieces of black snot coming out that had been just kind of packed in there for, I guess, years. I had no idea. So this is a really powerful thing to cleanse deep, even though it's so simple. So take it seriously, but again, also take your own pace. So let's go to number 2. So we're gonna come into single nostril breathing. So we're gonna move into the Nadi Shodhana mantra, or mudra, sorry. And if for some reason that's a little bit intense for you, it's just the first 2 fingers down, outside 2 fingers up, and thumb up. You can always just go into shaka and just start there. So what you wanna do is bring your right thumb to your right nostril. We're gonna go ahead and close that off, and we're gonna breathe in through this left side. Again, doing that 2-part breath, so deep into the belly, up into the chest. When you feel nice and full, maybe like a 1 second kind of hold, and then exhale slowly out about the same time duration that you breathe in, out. Okay, so we're gonna do that for 2 more breaths. A very natural breath. Back in. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So take the ring finger or your pinky and put it on the left side, breathing in through the right. Two more. All right, so that was 3 and 3 on each side. And again, in between rounds, rest about 30 seconds to a minute. The reason that we like to breathe in single nostril is each side has a different properties correlated with it, and just different aspects of controlling the body, the diaphragm, the mind, the energy. So just doing this single nasal breathing can really start to strengthen your energy, your being, to bring so much prana in ways that sometimes the double breathing, it's like just a different enhancement. So it's just, again, a different tool. But you might notice yourself feeling different from one side to the other, and just notice that, and notice that's maybe a different strong point or an opportunity to even grow more and more. So have fun with this. Let's go 1 more round. We're going to do, again, 3 each side. So coming into that mudra, and Closing off the right nostril, deep breath in through the left. Exhaling out. Deep in. Exhaling out. One more on this side. Let's switch. Two more. All right. So that's round 2. I usually do 3 rounds of this. So again, you can pause it and do a third round, or you can just do 1 round. You know, whatever feels good to you. By now, I'm typically feeling pretty energized, especially after cleansing breath, and then ready to go. So we're going to take this another step further and really move into starting to energize the body in a way that lets us feel peace and calming. When you're done, we're going to do the 4 styles today to make up this series. And when you're finished with the 4th one, you should feel nice and oxygenated, nice and peaceful and relaxed, and very clear. I noticed for me when I was breathing in that right side, I felt almost like I wanted to breathe deeper than the left side. So it's just, again, just notice as you do this, your body's going to ask for different things. Just go with that flow. You know, there's not like a certain time regimen. You know, you'll get to a place where everything really feels even and balanced, but in the beginning, just do what feels best to you. So our 3rd breathing style, we're going to do the same concept where we're doing right side, left side, except we're going to be doing what they call like switch nasal breathing, or like alternate nasal breathing. So we're just going to alternate. The first breath, I'm going to show you real fast and you can follow along. First one, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, blocking off the right side. And then when you're full, before you breathe out, you're going to switch over and exhale out through that other side. So it's in through one, out to the other. And that's going to be 1 breath. So then you're going to go back into the same way you exhaled. And when you're full, you're going to switch over and breathe out. So that's going to be 2. So we're going to do 6 of those. And what that allows you to do is just keep priming the different sides together, let them start to work in unison again even more. They're always working in unison, but you're just going to charge them to work in unison even more. And then we'll finish up with complete breath. So let's go into our mudra or your shaka, whatever feels best to you. And we're going to go ahead and close off this right side. Deep breath in, that 2-part breath into the left. Switching over. Deep breath back in. Switching over. Deep breath back in. Switching over. Deep breath back in. Switching over. 2 more. Deep breath back in. Switch over. Last one. And switching over. Nice job. So again, that's 1 round. You can do 3 rounds of this as well, or you can just stay with 1. I don't know if you noticed, but I started to breathe a little bit more like stuffy as I was breathing out through the right. That's just things moving around, starting to move. So, you know, you're always welcome to do another cleansing breath round if you want to. I recommend just going cleansing breath, and then the single nose, and then alternate nose, and then finish with complete. Complete seems to kind of clear everything up. But if you really feel super congested, you can do another round of the cleansing breath. The other thing that I would say is there is one more, like a 5th breathing style that you can add to this. I think for this video, I wanted it to be a little bit more beginner friendly. But if you feel confident, go ahead and jump into this other one. And before you do complete breath, you just do another round of the alternate breathing, except when you get to the top, you're going to hold for the breath for about 3 to 5 seconds. So I'll just show you what it looks like, and you can try this if you want. So it's hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, exhale. I'm going to do one more just to even it all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do, add 3 rounds of that as well for about 6 breaths each. And then again, you can build on each of these. So start with like 6 when you're doing this style of breathing, and then build into like 10 to 15 to 20 per round. But again, that's a kind of a bonus round if you really wanted to take it to the breath. They call that retention breathing, or alternate nasal retention breathing. So super long name for that. But ultimately what that does is it starts to create more of that oxygen just by retaining that breath. And the reason that I don't typically teach that right off the bat is because you are going to get that with this complete breath we're about to finish with. So if you just do, again, the complete breath at the end and not worry about the alternate nasal breathing in this very first couple rounds, you're fine. But then once you start to master these first 4, then you can come back to this video and add in the 5th one. So again, just flow with what feels good to you. We're going to finish off. We're going to do 5 of the complete breaths to finish off this series. I typically recommend doing 10 per round because these are very simple. But just for time in this video, we're going to do 5 together, and then you can finish off with 10. Just add 5 more. And again, 2 to 3 rounds of this as well. So everything's about 2 to 3 rounds. Again, you can always just do 1 if that feels good to you, and you'll know where to go from there. All right, so let's jump on into this. Again, deep breath into the belly, up into the chest. We're going to hold for about 1 to 3 seconds, what feels good to you, and then exhaling out through the nose. Feeling that full, complete breath. Deep breath in again. Exhaling out. Deep breath in. Exhaling out. Let's go 2 more. Exhaling out. Last one. And if you want to keep going, I know when I get in this rhythm, it just feels good to keep going sometimes. Just keep going. Don't worry about finishing this video. You can always come back and watch it. I also recommend at the end of complete breath to take a few minutes and just sit in meditation. Notice how peaceful and calm you feel. And this is something that will continue to build on itself. Sometimes you'll notice a few, maybe like kind of releasing energies. Maybe you'll feel like charged when you go to bed tonight or over the next couple nights, or you'll have some intense dreams because you're releasing a lot of stuff that's been stored physically, emotionally, and just mentally. So, you kind of want to just allow your body to rest when you build up to getting better and better at this. And then, just be easy on yourself. If you feel like really overwhelmed, you can always take a hot bath to just relax the body even further. You can also just put on some guided meditations and drop further into that deep, just tranquil, feeling safe space. But just know that this is a very safe practice. You're always safe. And just allow yourself to continue to build on this more and more and more. And you have this now to be able to continue to reference whenever you want to come back to it. I do want to just add one more thing, that always take your own pace. If you want to move a little different than the way I'm moving in your intensity of breath, you're always welcome to. If you want to take a longer, more full breaths, you're always welcome to as well. Whatever feels great to you, just find your own flow as always. Do what feels best to you. And again, if you just want to go at a pace that's way more intense and quick, that's fine as well. Just find your flow and have fun with it. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video, and looking forward to hearing how your practice is going. Peace.